This episode of Capes and Lunatics Sidekicks is brought to you by Tweaked Audio. To get awesome headphones, go to tweakedaudio.com and use the coupon code Southgate to get 30% off, free shipping, and a lifetime warranty. Or you can get there through the link on our website, southgatemediagroup.com.
What about our Quasar podcast, The Quantum Zone?
What about our Quasar podcast?
Wendell Vaughn, the first Earthman ever appointed protector of the universe, bonded to the energy transforming quantum band, leaders of the station plays an ongoing battle to prevent all life communication as Quasar. Hello and welcome to the Capes and Lunatics Quantum Zone, episode 45. The last part of our journey into mystery, part 4. 48 cosmic pages. Like when this hits in an issue of Quasar. I am Phil. Joining me as always, master of the Quantum Zone is...
I'm Will. Hey, everyone.
And the man who blew snot all over the camera right
Yes, hi, I'm Matt. I'm congested, so are you a little under the weather too, Will?
The sickness is around. I'm on the hopefully downward slope, but looks like you're still on the
I'm kind of plateauing.
Slope.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I really didn't get it because my son was sick a couple weeks ago.
Well, stop humble bragging now, okay?
Yeah. Well, now that I say that, watch, I'll wake up tomorrow.
Don't get too close to your screen. Come on, we're gonna spread it.
I thought you said spring. I was gonna say sometimes I get spring allergies, so like April or something. I might be like, "Hey guys." All right, we got a big episode. We got a big issue tonight. So, but I wanted to hit on two things. First of all, a lot of people probably listen to us on the podcast. You should check us out on YouTube. And you should subscribe. You know why? Because Lilith and I have been talking about getting more subscribers for the YouTube. So maybe in February, I don't know. We'll let you know. But we're going to start maybe doing some giveaways. But you have to be a subscriber to the Capes and Lunatics YouTube. So subscribe. I don't know what we're going to give away yet. But maybe it'll be a Marvel Team Up 113 signed by Matt Kona.
Yeah. All right. Yeah.
But no, I have
that. If you and a friend subscribe to Capes and Lunatics, you gotta send us 2 screenshots and your address. I will mail it to Phil, and then he'll mail it to you.
But I have some stuff, so subscribe. And I know Lilith is digging through some stuff. She usually has some good stuff. But all right, and the one other thing I wanted to talk about, I just saw it today. So Matt Kona, are you going to participate in some kind of Marvel trivia?
No, apparently it was supposed to be tonight. Yeah, I didn't want to postpone the podcast to do Marvel trivia, and I wasn't really feeling too great to get up. But I hope that's a regular thing. That's kind of cool. I just stumbled upon it on Facebook. It's like a local rock club that also has comedy there sometimes, and they're having a Marvel trivia night, comic books and movies. So.
Cool.
And if it was like a movie, it'd be like both teams are duking it out and going up and down, and then it's tied until like the last question, and they're like, okay, final question for the game. This one's going to be a Quasar question, and you just see Matt Kona go,
yes,
oh yeah,
that would be nice.
Maybe
you know what? I think maybe I'll just organize my own Marvel trivia thing, where I say it's going to be about the movies and the comic books, but the only 2 movies it's about are Howard the Duck and the First Punisher, and then just Quasar.
We should do it again. I bought a year or 2 ago. I bought a Marvel trivia game, and I had Lilith and Charlie going head to head with it. But Charlie's like a bigger Marvel fan than Lilith is. But just get like you guys and Charlie, and yeah.
I got a home edition of Family Feud. Maybe we can team up a show, like Wade's World or the Spider-Man show against the Quantum Zone. That'd be cool. I'll Steve Harvey it.
Be like old Richard Dawson, and you see Matt kissing the screen.
Yeah. Come here.
Put your hand up to the screen, darling. Kiss it. All right. Let's get into this issue. Like I said, it's oversized, 48 cosmic pages.
That is right.
Nothing trivial about that.
Yeah.
With the best cover of the Journey in the Mystery. Fight me, nerds.
I agree. Yes.
All right. So.
Which is by Steve Lytle, by the way.
Yes. Journey in the Mystery, Part 4, the conclusion, which is in Quasar 16. Written, of course, by Mark Grunwald. Pencils, Mike Manley. Inks, D. Panasian and K. Williams. Janice Chang letters. Becton and Rosas colors. Len Kaminsky managing Ed. Howard Mackey regular Ed. Tom DeFalco overmind Ed.
Oh, nice. I think this is the first issue that uses just Quasar's head in the Marvel Comics box on the top left too.
I think you're right.
Yeah,
it's almost like they took the one, one of the ones from an Avengers box and just blew it up.
Yeah. About right.
They're we got too much going on. Just put the head in there.
Yeah.
Anyway, so if you remember from last time, Quasar and the Stranger returned to the Stranger's homeworld, where the Stranger was subsequently ambushed by the Overmind. As it says in the boxes, moments ago, the Cosmic Avenger returned to the Stranger's laboratory world. His mission to fetch the planet's master scientist accomplished. He had informed the Stranger that an old enemy of his was waiting for him there, but neither of them was prepared for the suddenness and savagery of the Overmind's blistering mental attack. As we see the Stranger not only keel over, but just shrink in size as he's pointing his head and going, "Ah!" Quasar, Stranger? He's literally withering under the assault, shrinking to human stature. Overminds. You have done well, Quasar Vert. You have delivered my ancient enemy to me. And Quasar, yeah, right, into an ambush. Guess you consider yourself above such concepts as fair play, huh? And Overmind. After what the Stranger did to me last time, I have no compunctions about using any and all means to subdue him available to me. I must admit, I did not expect him to fall prey to me quite this easily, however. The Stranger must have been exhausted from his travels and let his mental guard down. And Quasar, down, yes, but I doubt a guy with the Stranger's powers out. I've got to distract the Overmind, give the Stranger time to recover. So you want to tell me why you hate this guy so much? And Overmind's of course I'll twirl my mustache and tell you a tale.
Flashback. Just an old good-timey story.
Just like in Wayne's World.
Monologuing.
Yeah, but he kind of smartly says he's not gonna. I wouldn't be so stupid to do that, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
He's in control.
And in that top panel, we get the title of this book, Germ of an Idea. Overmind says, conniving worm, you think I'm uncognizant of the purpose of your question? Your mind, uncontrollable as it may be, is open for my casual inspection. I will humor your request, however, so I might have an informed witness to the momentous proceedings of this day. My people were the eternals of the world we call Eung, E-Y-U-N-G. We were a bellicose people, devoting our vast lifespans to mastering the arts of war. Everyone has to have a hobby.
Yeah.
Across the galaxy we spread, exterminating every race we could not enslave. We carved out an empire across the stars, greater by far than those of the Kree or the Shi'ar today. And when we ran out of worthy challenges, or is that challenges?
Yeah.
Okay. The S was kind of a smudge. I couldn't see if it was an S or an R. We turned our boundless aggressions upon our own kind, staging tournaments of strength and carnage. Sounds like the Food Network. I became the champion of champions, the master combatant of the entire Jungian Empire. Then one day, soon after, we encountered a foe whose might rivaled our own, the Eternals of the world we called Gigantus. For millennia, we waged war with the Gigantians, heavily committing manpower and resources to the task. Yet they managed to resist us. Staring at impending oblivion, Jungian scientists decided to invest our entire population's consciousness into a single body that might survive our empire's demise. The body was mine, becoming the living receptacle of the mind power of my entire race. Talk about a housing shortage.
No kid.
Finally, we dispatched antimatter reaction bombs capable of annihilating anything. We destroyed Gigantus, but not before the Gigantians launched their own antimatter bombs at us. They managed to catapult me into the interstellar void mere moments before the glory that was Yunga proved not to be eternal after all. For untold epochs, I lay in incubation, awaiting the instant all the minds in my group consciousness could learn to think and act in unison. All right, no footnote here. So, Will, do you know where that day inexorably arrived, and I sojourned to your home world, where I enslaved the first of Earth's champions to try to oppose me in the Fantastic Four?
Oh, that was in the 160s, 170s,
something like that. Yeah, I'm not sure.
Quasar, or the other name he was at was around there, 165.
Yeah.
No, that was Marvel Boy, wasn't it? Or
yeah,
that was the Crusader. Yeah,
Crusader. That's right.
Or Clone Boy, whatever.
Yeah,
clone. Yeah, whatever he was, Uranian clone.
That thing from Uranus.
Yeah.
That's a horror movie title. That thing from Uranus. My conquest of your sphere would have been assured had I not been visited by the stranger, who claimed to be the sum total of the Gigantians, even as I was of the Jungians. Through treachery, the stranger managed to temporarily shunt me to another plane of existence. So I would assume that's the Squadron Supreme, right?
Yeah, it looks like he actually first appeared in Fantastic Four 113, which was August of 71. So, whoa, I was way off.
Yeah.
I suck.
Back in the day.
So yeah, he got shunted to the Squadron Supremes universe, but from there I traveled to an Earth tangential to your own and vanquished that world's protectors, the Squadron. Oh, so he was shunted to some other plane of existence, but from there he traveled to the Squadron's Earth.
Okay.
Limbo, who knows? Something happened to me after that, the nature of which I'm still uncertain. Somehow the billion minds that made up my consciousness were stunned and supplanted by the minds of 6 earthly mentalists. But when the squadron visited your planet scant Earth days ago...
Good old editor's note, issue number 13, which should have been 3 episodes ago, right?
That's
4
right.
episodes. 3 episodes
3,
ago,
yeah. My slumbering consciousness immediately perceived their extra-dimensional brain patterns. Instantly, my true consciousness came to the fore, consuming the psyches of the 6 mentalists, even as an ocean absorbs droplets of rain. To reward the squadron for awakening me, I mentally subjugated them once more and commanded them to accompany me here to the stranger's world. Here, I've used my matchless power to destroy the fruits of my enemy's labors, and now my enemy's mind itself.
I don't think he understands the meaning of the word reward.
Yeah.
You know, maybe just a little.
I kill you. Not destroyed, boastful one, the stranger says. Just fatigued. Stranger, you awaken at last. Good. It is difficult to savor a victory so easy to achieve. Oh, strap in, people. Lots of monologuing coming here.
Here we go.
Yeah. This issue. Yeah.
Oh, that's Overmind's power is talking a lot and using a lot of $5 words.
Oh, the stranger can hold his own there too.
Yeah, true.
As the stranger starts trying to blast Overmind, you will have achieved naught, Overmind. I will vanquish you, even as I did in times past. And the Overmind, do your utmost, Gigantian. You will not take me unawares as you did when first we met. And Quasar's thinking, whoa, not sure if the stranger was faking it or if he really did need a breather after our cosmic jaunt, but other than his diminished size, he looks ready to whoop cosmic butt now.
Whoop cosmic butt. That's awesome.
There it is. So what do I do? Help him? He's definitely the lesser of 2 evils, But the cruel and unusual experiments he was performing on the sentient beings he had locked up on his lab world would definitely earn him the wrath of sentient rights activists throughout the galaxy. Guess I'll just leave the two to their power struggle and go about my business, namely finding my traveling companions, Makari and Hyperion, and Hype's friends, the Squadron, and some of the Squadron looks like Power Princess and Dr. Spectrum and Lady Lark are bringing in some of the Stranger's laboratory subjects.
Mm-hmm.
He's like, I guess I won't have to find the Squadron. They found me, but who the heck are all those other guys? Well, at least one is Axiton, because he says, Axiton, attack! Attack in the third person. Let me see. I'm trying to bring up the character list for this issue. And Quasar. Aha, that's who those other guys are. Sparring partners. I should have known by the way they were dressed. What's their beef with me, though? He says, yo, fellas, I come in peace. And they thinking they don't, obviously. Let me just expand my energy aura a bit. Now, if I can get these wild men to all embed their weapons in it. And this is pretty cool, yeah. So when the weapons get stuck in Quasar's quantum bubble, he says, I'll just turn up the juice and melt them all in the slag.
Yeah.
Nice.
First time he did that, right? I mean, I haven't seen him do something like that before.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure, right, Will?
Yeah, I think this is the first time he did that. So he's learning and getting better. You know, getting up to power levels for Cosmos, which is cool.
Yeah, I was gonna say not like in the crossing line where it's like, oh no, he broke out of my light net.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he also hasn't had a lot of villains with like distinct weapons up to this point. I mean,
that's true. Mm-hmm.
True.
Even Absorbing Man, but
Modam.
The Angler, it's kind of all in one,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He goes full on nunchucks here later, doesn't he?
Oh, yes, he does.
Yeah, and he likes them, doesn't he?
All right, but he's melting weapons. Sorry to interrupt. I just thought it was...
No, that's okay. No, he says he melts them and he says, ooh, I love cooperation. Uh-oh, I glowed too soon. While my attention was on my four attackers, I barely noticed that Dr. Spectrum erected an energy sphere around the Fun Boy 4 and myself. They may be weaponless, but they're still out for my blood. Let me see. Where's the list? So we got... I'm trying to see if these are the characters they brought in. Yeah. By Beast, Dragonfly. Is it the Four Horsemen who are battling Quasar right now? Yeah. Who we talked about, the issue before? Death, War, Pestilence, and Famine. Is that Fusion, Gore, Stardust, Diamond Head, Mega Man? Love his game.
Mega Man.
I know. 10-4, Skywalker, and Muru. Yeah. Wow.
Pretty awesome.
Use the Force, young Skywalker. Anyway, so I guess Dr. Spectrum's bringing in more guys. He says, all right, you guys, end of the line. And there across the plaza, as promised, is the guy responsible for your inhumane imprisonment here, the Stranger. And is that By Beast or the big guy?
Yeah. Big guy says the Monitor. He's the Monitor, it looks like.
So is it the Monitor or By Beast? One of them says, he shall pay for the vivisection of my brethren. Oh, yeah, so swears the Monitor. Yeah,
I think that's pointing up to the By, and then By Beast is the two-faced, two-headed.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if that was the top head talking.
Yeah.
No, then it's By Beast. Get in line, giant. We're going to get first crack at him. And Dr. Spectrum, I'm going to get reinforcements. Be back in a bit, Power Princess. And she says, got you. And Lady Lark, shall we attack him, Lord Overmind? He says, by all means. So you just see various energy attacks and stuff hitting the Stranger. He says, laboratory subject revolting. And let's do some kind of energy attack. Be gone, I'll deal with you later. And then we see Dragonfly say, look, as Makari comes speeding in. He's like, woo-wee, I haven't seen such a grab bag of monstroids since the Deviant's last weenie rose.
Which is pretty awesome.
So he says, "Greetings out of this wordling." Should that be worldling? It says wordling, like word.
Yeah. I mean, Makari does say some weird words, but I would call it wordling.
I think he swapped the D and the L.
Yeah.
Makari's the name. I just got here. What's the scoop? As Beast goes, "Grah." Then he says, "Something moving." And Wizard, you are not under the master's control. You must be subdued. And Makari, it's the wizard dude from the X Squadron, and he doesn't look happy to see me. He says, "Sorry, Wiz. This dude's not the subdued kind," as they both take off. And who's faster? We'll find out next issue.
We will. Definitively.
The Great Race.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe an inter-company crossover.
Yeah, perhaps.
So they take off, but then, meanwhile, overhead, Quasar's still duking it out with the 4 horsemen, and he's like, "These 4 warriors are made out of pretty stern stuff. I knock them down, and they just keep on getting up again."
He's throwing a big punch. It could be, meanwhile, overhand.
Oh,
yeah.
Overhand uppercut. Not only that, none of them employs an energy I can tap into, and these close quarters really cramp my style. The question is, who's going to tire out first, the 4 of them or the 1 of me? But then, meanwhile, 40 miles away. Oh, sorry, that's not a joke. 40 miles away.
There we go.
Hyperion kind of finally flies by and says, that huge arrow floating in the sky. Remember that from last issue?
Yeah.
Could be an energy object created by fellow X Squadroner Dr. Spectrum. It's pointing at that citadel. Won't take long to check out.
Look, up in the sky.
It's and then whoever said that gets interrupted by Power Princess. It's Hyperion. He's mine. Dr. Hyperion's probably thinking, yeah, I'm yours. So she flies up to him. "Zarda, thank Argon I found you. What happened? Who abducted you here? Where are the others?" She cracks him across the jaw. "You asked too many questions." And he's like, "What's wrong with her? She's my girlfriend, for heaven's sake. She must be under mental control. Could that mean our old enemy, the Overmind, is here and up to his old tricks?" Wow, what a leap, man. Just like, we're in an alternate universe. I bet our old enemy is here.
Yeah, it's got to be it.
I mean, he's right, but it's like, no, there couldn't be, you've seen there's people with superpowers in this universe. It couldn't be any other mental,
Has to be the Overmind.
Yes.
I mean, it's obvious, right, guys?
You're on the stranger's homeworld. My first guess would have been the stranger, but
yeah.
I guess that gets us that gets our characters to the point quicker.
It turns into a 48 page instead of a 64 pager.
Exactly. Because Ben, this isn't writing this. So Hyperion says, "Zarda, tell me what," and she hits him again. He's like, "Look, my love, I know I'm practically invulnerable, but that doesn't mean I'm going to let somebody with your strength use me for a punching bag. No. How about telling me," ooh, she hits him again. "This is beginning to get me angry," he thinks. And again, nearby.
He's trying to reason with her by complimenting himself.
I know I'm invulnerable. I know I'm pretty strong.
But come on.
Every time she hits him, I know I'm strong, but come on. All right. Nearby, again, Quasar thinking 2 of them down for the count, 2 to go, so he's knocked out 2 already. I know something I've never tried before. Nunchakus. Makes some nunchucks, cracks to the other 2 in the head, and says, "Hiya!" Wow, if only Bruce Lee had lived to see this. I'm definitely adding these babies to my standard repertoire of tricks.
Awesome.
Talk about bragging. Oh, if only Bruce Lee could have seen this. Now let's see how well Spectrum built this energy bubble. I'll just butt my 2 sticks together and expand them and really pour on the juice. And he pops Spectrum's bubble. Yes. Big pop. Don't know if this...
He really burst his bubble there, right? Is that what you're saying?
And it looks like the exact font for Pop Rocks, too.
Or the pops, the suckers.
Ring pops or...
Oh, yeah, ring pops.
Yeah.
Tootsie Pop.
Subtle
Product placement.
advertising. Yeah. It's like we can't pay your full advertising price, but what can we get for $5? Well,
yeah, cheap pop.
We'll subtly hide your logo behind some nunchucks. So Quasar bursts the bubble, flies away, says, don't know if this proves my energy's stronger than Specs or if the mind control is just affecting his concentration. Doesn't matter right now. I want to see about getting these guys free from the Overmind's domination.
I thought that was pretty cool. Grunwald there. So Quasar's not stronger because he's, the title character. He's just like, hey, it could have been mind control,
Yeah.
And plus, Dr. Spectrum was getting more reinforcements, he said. So who knows how many miles away he is.
Exactly.
This panel kind of looks like a rendition of the Todd McFarlane cover, kind of. Like if he was doing it on his own, just Quasar flying out chest first like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Maybe it's just similar. I don't know. I feel like when we see him flying, does he have like his arms in front? So it's kind of rare to see.
Yeah, his arms back. Yeah,
He's
cannonball style.
He was like holding what's left of his cape together.
Yeah, that's true. To flap it away.
And then he gets back to the Overmind Stranger fight. Wow, the Stranger and Overmind don't look like they've budged an inch since I left them. That's the problem with super cosmic guys. They do so much of their fighting with pyrokinetics that it's sometimes hard to tell you're actually watching a fight. I can only think of one way to get the big O to drop his mind control, but it puts the Stranger at greater risk. No other option. So, of course, he goes, hey, Overmind, I'll bet if you dropped your mental domination over the squadron, you'd have more mind power to throw at the Stranger. And Overmind says, And Stranger, whose side are you on? Quasar. And Quasar, I love this. Which one of you is the good guy? And the Overmind says, thinks I could use every last engram of mental power to my struggle here. I will withdraw my control over all others. Then you see the Stranger keel over a little more. Yeah. And then, but meanwhile, simultaneously above the battle, Hyperion Power Princess in a bear hug. He says, okay, Azar dear, I've got you pinned so you can't strike me anymore. Now answer me. Who's making you act like this? Overmind? And she says, oh, Hyperion. And gives him a kiss. And he's like, what? He's like, that kiss. I can tell she means it. I can tell. She's not faking. Anyway. And again, simultaneously on the outskirts of the Citadel. We see Makari and Whizzer. Gotta admit, the Wiz is doing a pretty great on job of keeping up with me. It's like, bummer that with all these twists and turns, it's impossible to get up anywhere near to my top speed. Then he says, whoa, what happened? Did I lose him or did he give up? He's like, better scope it out. And again, simultaneously everywhere, we see, what's she calling herself now? Arcana? Is that Moonglow?
Moonglow, yeah.
Moonglow, Lady Lark. My mind. The Overmind's out of it. Mine too, Arcana. But she calls her Arcana.
Yeah. But Overmind said to call her Moonglow, remember?
Yes, but his hold's been broken.
That's right.
Oh yeah, remember? Because here's probably the real reason Dr. Spectrum lost cohesion of his bubble. And finally, simultaneously, 90 miles outside the Citadel.
There we go.
Yeah, he's bringing in more guys. He says, just hold on a few more minutes, boys, and we'll be there. I promise. And if this is a deception, 2-4 will dismantle you, Organic One. Because he's like, you want to get out and walk, middleman? Just say the word. And then he's like, my mind, it's mine again.
I love this.
Yeah.
Then he just disintegrates the construct he was bringing all the guys. Says, sorry guys, this bus has just gone out of service, and just drops them all. Oh no!
But the big guy kind of has the frame of a bouncy house anyway, so I think they'll be fine.
Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah.
And that's like was that Blue Diamond, who used to be an old Nova villain?
I believe so. Yes. No, the one was 10-4.
The blank from Dick Tracy.
Trying to see. Is one Threkker? Because I have a Threkker on the list. Nigor in the last. Oh, we got the Nigor in the last monitor. Wonder if one of them is Mega Man.
Yeah,
maybe. I don't know. That requires more research.
That's true. So Dr. Spectrum drops the crew, and then back at the center of the Citadel, Overmind stating the obvious as he's still bombarding the stranger. I am killing you, stranger. One brain cell at a time. Do you feel them exploding in your head? Like, what is that earthly food stuff? Popcorn? Oh, that would have been great if he would have been like, what is that earthly food stuff? Pop rocks? What?
Yeah.
And Quasar, oh man, the stranger looks in a bad way, and I probably gave Overmind the edge to win. I've got to wait. And has Overmind still monologuing. Can you comprehend how much I am savoring this, my ancient enemy? Or have I ravaged your brain's reasoning faculties? And as Quasar's like, wait, someone's diving at me. And he's like, hey, pal, what's your beef with me? Who is that? Because he says, I sense you may have sufficient power to shatter the star-stuffed bands which imprison me in this humanoid body. You must do so. You must unbind my consciousness from this finite form. Quasar says, you fella. Is that Stardust?
That might be. I think so.
Yes, because I got a picture when I clicked on the name. Yes, real name unknown. It doesn't look like a wrestler. Oh, he's single, ladies. Occupation predator.
Wow.
Better watch out for Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, no kidding.
Better not fly near any intergalactic schools.
Turin Gar is an energy being belonging to the community known as the Body. Another wrestler. Jeez.
Wow, yes.
He was bound by star stuff bonds and expelled for the crime of unmutual acts against the collective. Trying to see, who did he first fight? Rom.
Oh, Rom Space Knight.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Because he encountered some dire wrath and Rom. So. And then we see Lady Lark ambushed by whom she thinks, because it's Dragonfly. Trying to when was her first appearance? Because I know she was in one of those early X-Men issues, when Wolverine and all them joined up.
Oh yeah, just after, so it'd been like early 90s maybe, Giant Size #1, somewhere in there.
Veronica Daltrey.
Oh, is this another one the stranger just went like, catch, got it.
I guess.
Because he was waiting in orbit.
So Dragonfly is saying, you and your friends have a ship, don't you? You have a way off this godforsaken world. You must take me to it. I must get back home. And Lady Lark's thinking, I'll try aerial jujitsu, break her hold. And it's like, oh, my wing, what? As it gets frozen by Mercurio, the 4D man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Her aerial jujitsu wasn't working out so great anyway.
Yeah.
Kind of
I would agree with that.
Oh, Nelson. She can't take the back like that, end up in half guard. Come on.
Can't pin nobody in midair. But yeah, her wing gets frozen, and some alien shooting heat out of one arm, cold out of the other, and a stray blast just hit Lady Lark. Wizard's thinking, that's my friend, you fiend. And as Mercurio is shouting, you shall all pay for my imprisonment here. I will vanquish you all. Isn't he like an old Thor villain?
I can't remember.
I think I remember seeing him battle Thor before, but also there was like what was that, Maximum? What was that? Like during the 2000s, he like battled Captain America or something.
Oh, Maximum.
When all the aliens were like trapped on Earth.
Yeah, that was Quasar had to fly off Earth after. It was Maximum.
Not imprisonment. It was something like that. Maximum. I forget. I'm old, people.
Yeah, it happens.
But yeah,
maximum penalty, maximum punishment, maximum.
But yes, it does look like his first opponent was Thor. After he went to Dr. Dawn Blake's office where he detected strange energies.
Wonder why that is.
What is this HMO you speak of?
Yeah.
So while Mercury is firing off his blast, Wizard comes up and starts punching him at super speed, running in a circle around him, saying, "To someone moving as fast as me, you stand like a statue. I can duck beneath your blast and shower 100 blows upon you before you have time to react to the first one." And that's when Hyperion and Power Princess comes, and Hyperion looks like some of our teammates have gotten into some brawls. And Power Princess, I'm going to go help out Lark. Watch out for that flying dwarf.
And then Hyperion's response to that is, I'm like, okay, wait.
What? Flying? As the guy blasts him, he's out of my way, you insipid fool. And Hyperion, oh, that one.
How do you... Yeah.
Who is that guy?
Is that Fusion?
Maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Let me open this up. Yeah, it looks like it. Oh, wait. Do they split? Because, real name Herbert and Pinky Fuser.
Pinky would be a fitting name, that little guy.
One of them is a nuclear physicist. The other one, a janitor.
Okay, awesome.
So it's like, cosmic perfect strangers. I don't know. Odd couple. Take your pick.
Yeah.
And Power Princess, hi, are you all right? He's like, think so. But that pint-sized nuclear reactor isn't going to be when I catch up with him. And Power Princess, be careful, as Beast grabs her by the leg. We would have words with you, woman. And she says, sorry, monster, but I don't take kindly to being grabbed. And he says, your blows are futile. We are the Beast. Our artificial form is impervious to injury. Meanwhile, Moonglow, Arcana, whatever her name is battling someone. She goes, I want to come any closer, Buster. I control the wind and have no qualms about whipping it up. And then we see Makari punching who is it? What's that guy's name? Is that Gore? Because he calls him the Golden Gorilla-oid.
I think so.
Because first he's thinking, where'd that wind come from? And he's like, oh, well, since I'm here, I may as well take the fight out of this Golden Gorilla-oid. I can only assume that he's got some bone to pick with someone here, same as everyone else. I guess that's probably like a shout out to like the Flash and Gorilla Grodd, probably.
Maybe, yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's kind of like, those scenes in bars when someone has a disagreement over a game of pool, and they start fighting, and then everyone just starts fighting. That's kind of what Makari's doing now. It's kind of 80s, 90s tradition.
Hey, people are just stabbing each other with broken beer bottles. Looks like fun. Let's get in
there. Have you guys noticed that Manly went to like a 4-panel grid?
Yes.
So you're getting about 4 panels per page, so it keeps everything moving along really fast. I mean, this is really cool because, boom, and then we get a double page splash followed by another kind of double page splash, and then it's just.
There's more exposition coming up too. So.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah.
But
so I like that. I didn't pick that up. Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it is awesome. So Makari is still punching Gore, and he says, be over in a jiff. How's a super ape supposed to stand up to a super speedster anyway? That's what I'm thinking. It's like a
that's a Flash.
Shout out to the Flash, yeah. He's like, good night, Bonzo. It's bedtime. He's like, ground exploded. Got to get my feet back under me, or I'm going to leave a long red smear. Don't want the kids to call me Skid Mark. And then we get that, like you said, like that basically that big two-page spread, just everyone duking it out. The monitor saying the ignominy of it all, to have stalked the star lanes for untold intervals, destroying hundreds of worlds not to our liking, and now my fellow monitors are dead, and I'm stranded here with the sort of inferior beings we had routinely exterminated.
He sounds like a great guy.
Yeah, by the majesty that was Marvan, all of you will know the wrath of the last monitor, and you shall take that knowledge with you to Oblivion's bosom. Oh, we'll get there.
We'll get there.
We'll get there. You see Lady Lark managed to break free of Madam Dragonfly with my sonic song cry, but how am I going to get out of the way of that heat blast with one wing still on the fritz? Then over on the other side, we see Power Princess still duking it out with Bye Beast. Managed to free myself from his grip, but it cost me half my body armor. It's half naked. Bye Beast is like, whoa. Then we see Spectrum flying in. He's like, oh great, all these aliens I brought here are running amok, and it looks like the biggest amok runner is that giant guy. Better try to take him down before he hurts somebody. As we see Arcana, Moonglow, whoever she is. Good goddess, that creature's energies tear the very biosphere asunder. If he's that powerful, how powerful must the stranger be to have imprisoned him? Mm-hmm. And we see Makari come to a stop. Holy, I'm still in one piece, unless you're counting the seat of my pants. And back to Spectrum, he says, hey, bully boy, to the monitor, I want you to keep your hand blast to yourself, you hear? And he puts bubbles around his hands. If I haven't made these mitts strong enough, he's going to incinerate me. And the monitor goes, who dares? And again, and at the center of the quadrangle, Stranger and the Overmind still duking it out as the Overmind says, why do you prolong your agony, my ancient enemy? Surrender your mind to me and your brain death will be instantaneous. And the Stranger says, something you should know. And Overmind, what are you trying to say? Something to me? And the Stranger, I am not who you think I am, Overmind. I am not your ancestral enemy, the embodiment of the last generation of the planet you call Gigantus. And Overmind, you lie. You're just saying that to try to escape my wrath. Stranger, no, it's true. Many more flashbacks. Many galactic revolutions ago, when I first began collecting specimens for my experiments regarding the nature of life in the universe, I happened upon an unusual organic sac floating in interstellar space. You could tell he's young. He's got all the black hair and the black mustache.
Same style, though. I like that. Keep it consistent. You
know. Inside, I sensed a gestating being far more advanced than any I had heretofore discovered. Perhaps I speculated a member of the long-lost race that sired me. In my youthful exuberance and hairstyle, I injured the gestating being within the sack while trying to extricate it. Injured it fatally, but before it expired, it communicated to me who it was, the sole survivor of an age-old civilization destroyed in cosmic war. His purpose was to seek out and thwart the last survivor of the belligerent young, whom he believed would attempt to enslave the galaxy with its vast cerebral abilities. I could not determine if the being was indeed an ancestor of mine, but I had vowed to carry on its mission and remain vigilant for this great menace it described. That menace, Overmind, was you. When I learned you were ravaging Earth, one of my favorite sources for laboratory specimens.
No freaking kidding, right?
I know. I went there to stop you for simplicity's sake. Represented myself as the being I had killed, your ancient enemy, the heir of Gigantus. And can what you're saying be true? Can it is. Bah, it makes no difference. For humiliating me in our first encounter, I shall kill you anyway. I love the Stranger. You mess with my toys, man.
Yeah.
Never mind. I don't care. You slap me one time. You die anyway. But then really gets interesting. Strap in, Charlie Esser.
Here we go.
Sometimes it feels like somebody's watching you.
I mean, we can see at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, at least 18 watchers. I think there's, like, I see shapes of more in the background.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
It appears he's engaged in a battle at this juncture, but it is imperative we talk to him. All shapes and sizes of watchers. Is to interfere is to disobey our oath. We will have to wait until this altercation is concluded. And Overmind's thinking something large materializing overhead, but I dare not take my attention off the Stranger to see what it is for so much as a nanosecond, lest the Stranger seize the advantage. And then moments before, nearby, yes it is. Quasar thinking, this guy Stardust is a tenacious so-and-so. As soon as I break free of one wrestling hold, he has me in another.
Yeah, jiu-jitsu, wrestling, get some striking going on.
Hey, the original Stardust was a wrestler too.
Yeah. Cody Rhodes, baby.
He's thinking that fight with the four in the bubble must have taken more out of me than I thought. Or is Space Face here leeching off of me? It's like, well, buddy boy, two can play that game, and nobody plays it better than me. And he must siphon some energy because Stardust hits the ground. Yeah. Pins him for a count of 3.
Yeah, he's down.
Then Quasar's thinking, looks like Hyperion and Spectrum really have their hands full with that giant. I'd better, whoa, my quantum bands are picking up something big. I'm thinking more than the monitor?
Maybe 18, 17, 20 watchers. I
know. I'd like to give you a hand. He goes, I'd like to give you a hand, Hype, but there's something heavy duty going on across the plaza. And as Hyperion's like grabbing the monitor's foot and says, don't worry, I got the situation under control as he tips the monitor over onto By Beast.
Yeah, which was awesome.
Yeah. Quasar flies into the middle of the Watchers. Like, holy cow, the place is swarming with Watchers. And here is I was impressed when I saw 2 in one place.
Oh, sorry. Which would have been in last issue.
Yep.
Last episode.
Yep. What in Eon's name is going on here? I know they like to watch, but is the Overmind Stranger fight such a big deal that it takes this many Watchers to watch it? Then he goes, excuse me, gentlemen, the name's Quasar. I was appointed protector of the universe by an 8 billion-year-old fellow named Eon. Because of that, I think I'm entitled to some answers, such as, what are all you guys doing here? And I guess they're not answering because he says, I asked you a question, sir. I would like some response. And he's thinking, my great station in life doesn't seem to mean squat to these unblinking eggheads. And that's when the Overmind says, curse you, stranger! There are Watchers here. I just snatched a glance at them. You summoned them, didn't you? Didn't you? And the Watchers are talking. The stranger is losing. If he is vanquished by the multi-minded entity, he will be unable to help us. But we cannot interfere, no matter what. But the fate of our entire race is at stake here. Surely that grants us some latitude with our oath. If you dare to act, Ocam, I will counteract you. And don't call me Shirley.
Oh, man.
All actions will be censured. Let events take their course. And they remind saying, if there were just one of these infernal seers here, I think he was here to observe my epic victory over you. But the fact that so many have come means something, and I don't know what. Their minds are impenetrable to me. You sent for them, didn't you, stranger? They're your allies. Come to help you. Cheater! Coming from the guy who ambushed. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. That's awesome.
And one of the Watchers says, may I praise the Overmind of the erroneous nature of his assumption? No, Enu. That would constitute an infraction of the oath.
I love the argument. This is just like it's so. It would be a very silly thing, but I think we should make some short films with like team building activities that the Watchers have to do. Like, they're just standing in an escape room for an hour, not doing anything, just arguing about it.
They're just like two sides arguing on like Fox News or something. It's just one Watcher, two, again the Overmind, one Watcher, 2, perhaps even 3 I could overpower, but not 24 of them.
So 24, wow. That's...
At least, yeah. This is so unfair. I was beating you, stranger, 1-on-1, man against man, power versus power. I was winning. But now with these star-faced stargazers looming overhead, ready to rise against me at any moment, I fear triumph shall be snatched from my hands. I must kill you, don't you see? I must obliterate all those who impede my conquest of the universe, or else the grandeur that was young shall die in dismal disgrace. You stand between me and my glorious destiny, stranger, and you do not even have the decency to fight fair? You're wrong. I did not summon the Watchers. Where there are mysteries, you see conspiracies. Your paranoia is your undoing. Overmind. It's not fair, not fair, not fair. And the stranger, a mind as potent as his, allowing paranoia to run rampant. He's self-induced psychosis, become totally catatonic. His mental stranglehold over me is gone. And one of the Watchers says, we observe your victory over the Overmind, stranger. And he says, it was not my victory. He defeated himself. Whoa. So he says, surely this struggle did not warrant this many witnesses. What brings all of you here to my world? We need your help, and don't call me Shirley. We know that you are aware that in recent cycles, a number of our kinsmen have succumbed to oblivion.
Last issue again, editor's note.
He says, my help. Yes, I retrieved the bodies of 10 of your number. They are aboard my lightship en route here. But you need not worry. One of the bodies is that of the instigator of the suicide cult. Atmu, I believe. Remember? Official?
And by the Marvel Universe, yeah.
Yes. So what do you need me for? The crisis has not diminished with the apparent instigator's demise. And the stranger, no. And the Watcher, since the universe was still in its infancy, our people's code of ethics has been to observe but never interfere with that which we observe. Atmu, the heretic, argued that the very act of observing affects that which we observe. Therefore, to truly follow our moral code, we would have to stop observing. And in order to stop observing, we would have to cease to exist. Come on, Charlie Esser. If this doesn't get you to email in, I don't know what will. The stranger says, I'm aware of all that. And the Watcher says, but what you are perhaps unaware is that the idea has become a virus. It has taken a life all its own. To date, over 1 billion of our people have been afflicted with this information virus and have elected to cease life functions rather than continue to violate the oath. See, germ of an idea.
Yeah. I love the next panel, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We cannot seem to stop the virus's spread. We are a telepathic people. Therefore, it is spread across the universe at the speed of thought. Virtually every mind it enters becomes obsessed with it. We are beings of such power that we can make our errant wishes reality. If any of us contemplates the notion of nothingness for a fraction of an instant too long, he inadvertently succumbs. And the strangers, I am somewhat incredulous that your people did not arrive at this idea long ago. It is patently obvious that the observer influences the observed. Consider, although you people did not direct your energies at either the Overmind or myself, you nevertheless affected the outcome of our struggle. By allowing yourself to be seen, the Overmind and his megalomania assumed you were here to interfere. This assumption disrupted his concentration and eventually his sanity. Your observations dramatically altered the event you sought to observe. And as
Whoa!
4 Watchers drop dead. Quasar says, stop!
Death by ellipsis.
That's right.
Grammar. As Quasar says, stop it, stranger. You just caused 4 more of these guys to think themselves to death. And then another Watcher says, I bid you to hold your tongue if it is in the service to the Oblivion virus. And the stranger, though I've never had any use for your kind, I never meant you ill. You have my apologies. Now, what is it you wish me to do? The Watcher, you come here. We come to you for advice, for wisdom in helping us staunch the advance of this dread disease. Stranger, what makes you think I can be of help? Another Watcher says, we have much in common, you and ourselves. We both are interested in accumulating knowledge of the universe and its myriad life forms. Where we differ is that while we passively observe, you actively engage in experiments. We could think of no other entity, abstract or material, who might help us resolve the contradictions the virus poses to our ethical system better than you. Stranger says, I'm flattered. I'm so highly thought of, but I do not think you will like the advice I have to give. Abandon your oath. Become an active experimenter like me. And they say, we cannot or will not. And
yeah, he's just trying to flex his brand on them. Come on.
Yeah.
Gotta expand your resume, kid.
Be like me.
And experiment like me. And they're like, we don't swing that way. One of the Watchers says, both. Has it never occurred to you to wonder why we watch? We do not watch because of some obsessive monomania, like the elders pursue their undertakings. We watch because someone has to observe, record, and catalog the history of life in the universe. The stranger, why? For whose benefit? And the Watchers are all like, dare we reveal the ultimate reason to an outsider? We must if we wish to engage his cooperation. We record the history of the universe so that the universe that will arise when the present one falls might benefit from the knowledge of the previous cycle. And the stranger, intriguing, but I'm sorry, I still don't know what to say or do which might resolve your ethical dilemma. And Quasar's like, excuse me, I think I have the answer. Tell them to listen to me, stranger. I can help them. Stranger, you? No, I think your brief life precludes you from having any wisdom that these ancient beings or myself do not.
Oh,
that is smackdown.
Oh, smack. Stranger, how dare you? So Quasar's floating there thinking, you pompous fool. All right, then, I'm just going to have to get their attention the old-fashioned way. And as he takes off in a burst of light, is it the stranger who says, those impetuous earthmen? Quasar's thinking, got to be careful. Let the power build up slowly. Steady now. Concentrate. Let the power of the closest star flow right through the quantum bands and back out. And as he's glowing like we've never seen him glow before, he's like, I'm doing it. I'm on top of it all, and I'm not letting any of it get away from me. I'm getting close to what's his face in issue 1? I don't know.
William Wesley.
Yes. He's like, all right, now I'll show them this isn't just any runny-nosed, wet behind the ears, pseudo-cosmic upstart they're dealing with here. I'm Quasar, master of the quantum bands, guardian of Eon, protector of the whole flipping universe, and I'm not going to be ignored.
Nice.
So then he comes back down and he's like, that stunt left me exhausted, almost passed out on the way down. He's like, if I have your attention, please listen to what I have to say. Dead or alive makes no difference, don't you see? Even your deaths affect the universe, affect that which you wish to inobtrusively observe. Case in point, the stranger spent who knows how long gathering watcher corpses to examine. While he was doing that, the Overmind sneaked in, wrecked his lab world, and set up an ambush that nearly cost the stranger his life. None of that would have happened if not for you guys doing yourselves in, and that's just one example. So say you decide not to leave behind a troublesome corpse and totally convert into energy at the moment of death. You think that won't affect someone or something somewhere too? And if all of you cash in your chips, think of how the whole balance of power in the universe would be affected. The bottom line is this. The very act of killing yourselves affects reality as much as, if not more than, your observations have. But look, nobody's perfect. Not even you, all-seeing chrome domes. What you're doing is such a monumental task, keeping track of every important thing that happens all over creation. It's a little subjectivity is bound to creep in. And you know what? I'll bet whoever's around to get your little history book will be so happy to have it that they'll forgive your tiny lapses. And he's like, well, what a tough audience. Can't tell how they took what and then one of the dead watchers starts sitting up and says, what you have said, Quasar of Earth, has merit. And he's thinking, huh? One of the 4 dead watchers is sitting up? And he says, if both our lives and deaths affect the universe, then the lesser of 2 evils is to remain alive, so at least we can go about our appointed task. And they all start rising in a circle. I agree, as do I. The life-affirming idea now known by us here will be thought spread throughout our kind, even as the Oblivion Plague was spread. We can go on. Your race is wise beyond its years, Quasar, as they disappear in a flash of white light. And Quasar, did I just see what I thought I saw? The dead watchers come back to life? And the stranger says, to the watchers, life and death are not the absolute concepts. They are to your kind. And he says, then all of their dead may be coming back too? Wow, I may be responsible for saving the life of 1 billion watchers?
Booyah!
Yeah, for all you people who underestimate Quasar, he just saved the whole race of watchers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You wish the book could have reached 1 billion people. But,
yeah, that would have been nice.
Yeah, I know.
But the stranger's probably like, yeah, also including the dead watchers that I already called to do experiments on.
Dang it, that's right. They just left your light ship. Sorry, dude.
I didn't dissect the demo yet. So I missed something now. So the stranger says, now see to your friends and go. I must deal with the Overmind and then repair the damage to my world laboratory and recapture what specimens I can. And Quasar said, I was going to ask you about that. Some of your so-called specimens I encountered looked like they weren't being treated very humanely. And stranger, that is because I'm not human, nor are they. Your standards do not apply here. Quasar, what a bet. I'm protector of the universe. Had they not all escaped, I might have set them free. The stranger, do not trifle with me, human. You save 1 billion lives, and now you think you are the universe's gift.
I got to smack him back down.
But wow, Eon has had a long succession of beings to protect the universe, in quotes. There's ever been but one stranger. I need to explain my actions to no one. Now go! And he points with his giant hand. And Quasar, great line, flying away, goes, go wax your mustache. Then he flies over and says, hey, Squadron. And was that Dr. Spectrum? Quasar, what in the world happened? What was that huge solar flare that? He says, I'll explain it all later. Right now, let's just find the ship you all came here on and fly it back to Earth. All right, so, and soon, where's my butt? And soon, they're on the ship taking off, and Quasar, let me tell you, I really appreciate the lift back. I'm way too pooped to make a quantum jump. And Wizard, at least we can do after how you rescued us. And Dr. Spectrum, so what's the scoop with that circle of bald guys? And Quasar, it's a long story. Dr. Spectrum, well, it is going to take us at least 6 hours to get back to Earth. And then we see Hyperion and Power Princess talking, and she says, don't keep me in suspense any longer, Hi. Tell me how your sight was restored, because, hey, he's not wearing them glasses.
This has been running since 13. Like, where did his glasses go? Yeah.
Behind the scenes, yeah. He's like, I've got Quasar's friend Makari to thank. He took me to see this teacher of his who retaught me how to see. So that's where they went.
Yeah.
But how? And she asks, and he says, it seems I'm the same subspecies of humanity as Makari and his teacher, an eternal. Makari noticed the resemblance immediately.
Which is why he was staring at him back in issue number 13.
Nice. 3 episodes back, yes. Yep. And Hyperion, on our Earth, they apparently all died off except for me. On theirs, Eternals are still plentiful. And she says, amazing. Who would have ever thought you'd solve the mystery of your origins so far away from home? Wasn't he from wasn't he, again, like Superman, wasn't he like from another planet?
Argo. Yeah, it was, but I guess Dronewall is.
And then I thought there was something about like a subatomic world, but that might have been the evil Hyperion from Squadron Sinister.
Maybe, yeah. It's hard to keep those guys straight, too.
Yeah. But then it says later. Quasar sitting there gave Spec the Reader's Digest version of what went on. All I want to do is catch a couple of Z's on the ride back. Can't wait to tell Dad.
Wow.
And Eon what happened. I'm tempted to call ahead, but I'd much rather see their reactions in person. Oh. Think about this. When did his dad drop dead? Literally, like wasn't it issue 12? So it's been 4 issues of Quasar. It's been
it's been back in the day. This was 4 months of Quasar's dad being.
I mean, in story time, it's had to have been at least a couple days, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
All right, and then we get to our epilogue. Because remember, HD Steckley found her way into Eon's little cubby hole
behind the bookcase,
head of the hypership skimming. This hyperspace skimming starship in the building where Quasar makes his office on Earth. There is a special room. Remember, for Freedom Plaza.
Yeah.
In it is a finite pocket of hyperspace where the 8 billion-year-old entity who is Quasar's cosmic mentor currently resides. You're telling me Reed Richards doesn't have not picking that up at all?
I don't know.
He's 8 billion years old, I guess. He does have some tricks up his sleeve.
Hopefully.
Yeah. Until today, only 2 beings on Earth had been inside this room. Quasar and his father. Now there is a third. She calls herself HD Steckley, and she joined the security firm Quasar presides over in his civilian guise a mere month ago. She somehow knew of this room and knew what she would find in it. Almost like she could read some Quasar's mind,
perhaps. Yeah, maybe.
Because as the Overmind pointed out, you can't control his mind, but you can read it.
You definitely can.
Anyway, many moons back. She would find it. Curiously, however, what she finds in it is not what Quasar and his father have ever found. Because instead of like the floating Eon head, it just looks like green,
expanded out,
green organic matter everywhere. Yeah. And she says, Eon, are you there? My name is, and then you see, I know who you are. Come in. I've been expecting you, as he grabs her with like a tentacle. Ah! The doorway to hyperspace slides shut.
Wow. It kind of looks like Sigourney Weaver's Ripley.
Yeah.
Finds the hive, an alien.
Yep.
But you see her shoe. You see her shoe fell off. I don't know. I don't want to go too into spoilers, but does he eat the shoe next to his shoe when Quasar walks in? He's like, oh, hey, nothing's going on.
Nothing's going on here. I don't know what you're talking about.
But yeah, no letters page this issue because again, big issue.
Yep. Giant issue.
Went right to the last page.
Okay, so I've been pumped about this for months, right?
Yes.
So Quasar was good.
Yes.
Up until 12. It was good, solid superhero. But this kicked it into hyperdrive.
Yes.
And this story was really kind of what I was like, okay, this is the book for me right now.
I mean, we have Quasar issues in between, but yeah, we'll do 17 and 18 next, which ramps it up a little bit. But then the Quasar issues after that awesome. go right into the Cosmos after those Avengers issues. Yeah.
Yeah, this is a real good, solid 4 issues, not too long stories. You can get the back issues if you're late to the game. You just get on the covers. It brings you to the characters. There's a lot going on, and it builds a little suspense if you want to stay on board, which is kind of hits on the points.
17 and 18 next 2 episodes, and then you all have time. I think we're doing like 10 Avengers issues in a row. But so go if you don't have any Cosmos and Collision, either single issues or in the trade or
the trade,
go get them. Yeah. That was like one of the best Quasar stories.
Because as good as Journey into Mystery is, Cosmos is like notches better. It's so much better.
And what is it, like 7 parts? That'll be on We'll be in Cosmos for almost 2 months.
Yeah.
A lot of intrigue. Oh yeah.
And hey, if all that cosmic action, doesn't tease you, hey, Ghost Rider guest appearance. Yeah.
Quasar number 23 on the cover.
Yeah. All the hellfire you can take. Yeah.
That's right.
But then you have to wait longer for the Punisher guest appearance.
You do.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Later.
It's still not till what is that issue? Like 41 or 2? Yeah. Oh, Kona, you got to plan something big for that issue.
I'll try.
Marvel Boy meets the Punisher. Come on.
Yeah.
And there's that great scene where Marvel Boy Punisher's up. With all the quantum stuff on.
The armor and the big gun. Yeah. He's like, I could go 90s.
That's like peak 90s right there. He has pouches too, I think.
I know it's like early 90s. Yeah.
Probably a chain wallet. Yeah.
But yeah, before we go, like I said, next episode will be Quasar 17, The Great Race. Who's the fastest one alive?
Buried alien. Sorry.
And then after that, it'll be the big Quasar 18.
Which is Greg Capullo's debut on the title, and it looks amazing, and he just gets better and better as it goes.
And we get the big story with Origin and Unbeing. Is it Unbeing?
Yeah.
There's not a lot of action in this issue, but it is really good. I was thinking we should each pick a part and each do a voice. At least Quasar, the kid, and the old lady. We got at least
the kid, because the kid just is creepy little kid. It's awesome.
It's like a Twilight Zone episode almost.
Yeah. So 17 and 18 the next 2 weeks, but also Thursday we've got something else coming up too.
Oh yeah, if you're watching on YouTube, and if not, it'll hit the podcast eventually. But yeah, join us Thursday, January 10th at 9:15 live on YouTube. We'll be talking to Kelly Thompson about Captain Marvel, Carol Danvers, because Captain Marvel #1 comes out Wednesday, so pick that up. And if you're listening to this on the podcast, it already came out, so go get it.
Yeah. And there's a little movie or something coming out too, right? Do I remember that right?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah.
Something. Yeah, it's maybe not a big deal.
But all super fans, if you could, subscribe to our YouTube, hit the bell to let you know when we're going to record. And like I said, we're going to be doing giveaways for YouTube subscribers. So get on board and share our content and watch the videos all the way through. So she's like, I'm on it.
Yes.
All right. So, wait, that's right. I mean, we're already over an hour, but Soshin wrote to us on
awesome.
Facebook group. I'm glad I brought up his name. Remember, couple days ago. But
oh yeah, I think I saw that. Let me pull it up real quick.
Okay, yeah, because he wrote to us about Quasar 15. That's good because last year I thought at first I was like, oh no, don't tell me it's gonna be like, yeah. He wrote on Friday, so a couple days ago. This is about last episode. He says, hey everyone, I hope you guys had a nice holiday. Okay, so I'm reading Quasar 15, and on page 18, when the Watcher zapped Quasar away, he vanishes but rematerializes back immediately and says that he just jumped back. Do you think Grunwald may have just gotten sloppy? Because when Q performs a quantum jump too close to a planet, I thought it causes such destruction. The quantum jump didn't cause any destruction to the environment whatsoever. Yeah, because in that same issue, he wrecked the stranger ship.
Yeah.
The highlight of the...
Okay, I'll keep going. I have my theory. Here's my theory. The Watcher sent him away, right?
Mm-hmm.
Did he? Did the Watcher send him away? Even though that would be interfering? Okay.
Well, they can get rid of pests from their house.
Okay, all right.
You know.
Okay, so he did that. So he sent him away. So he sent him somewhere far away from planets, so he could quantum jump back. And it'll be fine, right? End up okay?
Because he opens it when he's there. So I think the Watcher probably just said, "Oh wait, this would destroy my house, so I'm not going to let it destroy my house," and he just reappeared.
Well, we did get a comment on it from GeoCast, who owns the Marvel Quasar page, who lets us post all our stuff on there, but he said, I'm going out on a limb here and say that the Watcher's abode is artificial and a result of his technology, so therefore the environment itself just adapted to the quantum jumping.
That sounds like a really good explanation. I mean, no prize.
No prize.
There's something funky, because remember when in issue 6, when Quasar went into the stranger's home on the moon, and it was, it was bigger on the inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's some weird...
it's totally a TARDIS. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. So let me get back the Soshin's other stuff, because then Geo commented on that too. The highlight of the issue has to be when Q flies right up to the Watcher and knocks him into the wall. For me, this was the turning point in the series that Q-Man was a real badass. I was hoping you guys could clarify exactly the Stranger's role in the MU. I've seen him standing with the likes of Eternity and Oblivion in the realm of manifestations, but he isn't an abstract being like them, correct? Who gives him the authority to imprison beings against their will, and how come no one has ever tried to stop him? He can't be omnipotent. For instance, if he somehow captured Captain America for study, I hope the combined might of the Avengers could stop him. And Geo said, the Stranger is one of the elders of the universe, and like Galactus, they are all refugees and last survivors of the previous iteration of Eternity or the universe at large. I believe there are some helpful wikis out there that go into greater detail on all that, but basically, essentially, they are the demigods of the cosmic beings in the Marvel universe.
Yeah, I think that sounds kind of right. I don't think I think Galactus is the only survivor from the previous universe, but the Stranger, I think they try to keep his origins kind of a mystery. He's just really, really old and really, really powerful.
Yeah, I was going to say, unless they mentioned it more recently, he, even in this issue, he says, I don't know where I come from.
Mm-hmm.
So,
but as far as
he's not human, so he doesn't have to be humane. I like
that's inhumane. Well, duh.
I don't care.
By definition, it's inhumane because I'm not human.
You look at me strangely.
Yeah. I don't know. Did he appear during any of Hickman's Avengers stuff?
I
know he brought the Star Brand in. Without bringing Quasar in, which is really annoying.
I'm trying to remember. I don't know if he's appeared lately, but he's appeared in other stuff. I'm trying to remember where. Maybe we'll have to do our homework.
Mm-hmm.
But that's my homework for you guys. You got 2 weeks. Pick who you. We'll do a live reading or some quantum theater. So.
Quantum theater. That's good.
I'll do whatever you guys want. So if you guys pick who do you want to be? Quasar, the kid, or the old lady?
Oh, maybe we should have a draft. We should have a random numbers generator.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could see Matt pulling off a really awesome creepy kid.
Yeah, I can do that. I'll be the creepy kid.
How about this? I'll do Quasar. Matt can do the creepy kid. Will, you can do all.
I'll do the old lady. Yeah.
You could do all the women if you want. Do the old lady. Do Quasar's mom. That sounded dirtier than I meant it to be. But all right, let's get out of here. like we said, tune in if you're on YouTube. Tune in Thursday night, January 10th. We'll be talking to Kelly Thompson, writer of Marvel Comics. And Will, where can people find you and your self-published book?
They can find me at WALLRED, which is Gmail, Twitter, Facebook, even on Instagram, but I don't ever really post there. They can find my self-published book, Diary of Night, at diaryofnight.com. And, of course, you can always find me at the Quantum Zone, which is in horrible need of an update. I still know that. I'm working on it. Ish.
If you need help, I may be able to point you to someone, not me, but I know some. All right, Matt Kona, egomaniacal trivia king, couldn't even make it to trivia night tonight. Where can people get a hold of you?
Yeah, I'll be reliving my former trivia glory days on my other podcast that I do with my wife, and she also just put out our first solo episode of her talking about like a comedy song that she plays. So I'm not on that one. So if you've had enough out of me, go listen to that one. It's on the same YouTube feed. Yale and Matt recap stuff. It's YAEL. I'm all across social media at Matt Kona, MATTKONA. And yeah, subscribe to the YouTube channel and tell a friend to. Send me 2 screenshots, and maybe I'll send you a comic book. We'll see.
Nice. All right. And send your thoughts on this issue or any other issues. Capes&Lunatics at gmail.com, facebook.com/QuantumZonePod, at QuantumZonePod, and at CL Sidekicks on Twitter. Follow CL Sidekicks on Instagram, and the voicemail 614-382-2737. That's 614-38 Capes. And like I said, giveaways are coming, so subscribe to the Capes and Lunatics YouTube. It'll be subscribers only. All right. Well, that didn't, took longer than the hour I'm sure Lilith wanted, but
48 issues, baby.
I was going to say, depending on the size of this issue and the exposition and everything and the characters, I don't think it went too that long.
Yeah. And it was an awesome issue, too, so.
That's right, people. Lilith Hellfire beats me.
Fight me, nerd.
She could come on whenever she wants. I got her the trades if she wants to read and join us, but I don't know. She always has better stuff to do.
I love to sleep and drink.
She's gonna kill me.
Hey, well, next week it would be a good one because it's kind of like a one-off one, you know.
Oh yeah, I'll be like, hey, join us for the Buried Alien issue.
Yeah.
She's a DC fan, yeah. All right, Quantum Zoners, you have your homework. Go subscribe to YouTube and follow us on social media. But until then, remember, Quantum Zoners, train for that marathon and keep it quantum.